Bonjour, Sanbonani. This is another episode of UJ Sport with UJTV. Join us on this episode as we are going to take you through the French Embassy's visit at UJ. Of course, we were celebrating 30 years of democracy and the road to Paris 2024, which is the Olympic and Paralympic Games. We're going to take you through the speech from His Excellency, Mr. David Martinon, and our very own Vice Chancellor, Prof. Litro Kwampedi. And then we're going to talk to the attendees to find out the atmosphere, why are they even here? And then we're going to showcase the games that were played. Stick around and stay with us. Stay tuned.
What's going to be happening today, for all of you that are wondering what's going to be happening, this is a collaboration between UJ Sports and the French Embassy. That is what's happening. And basically, it's a sports day in celebration of the 30 years of democracy in South Africa, and we are just building up to the Paris 2024 Olympics and Paralympic Games. And we've got some amazing guests with us here, so please take out your phones, take pictures. It's going to be a beautiful day. Like I said, we've got world athletes and Caitlin. I'm sure you hear about her all the time. Sizwe, but also we've got our Senior Director of Sports, Ms. Nomsa Masangu, is here with us. Prof. Elva Rodney Kumete, the Senior Director of Internalization, and we've got also internationalization. English is running away, pardon me. And we've been honored by the presence of our Vice Chancellor as well, Prof. Litro Kwampedi. So it's, like I said, it's going to be a beautiful. So I'm going to ask our Senior Director of Sports, Ms. Nomsa Masangu, to just come in front and just welcome everyone this morning. Thank you. You can clap now.
Wow. Vice Chancellor, the Ambassador, colleagues from the University of Johannesburg, the University of Opportunities. The Vice Chancellor always says, the great University of Johannesburg. And indeed, we are a great university because we're the only university that has got so many opportunities for its students. And Vice Chancellor, we owe it to the university to say, thank you, we appreciate what UJ does for all of us because nobody has ever thought that in a location like Soweto you would have such world-class facilities. And for that, we say, UJ, all the way, all the way, UJ, UJ, all the way, all the way, UJ. Welcome to UJ.
Our dear students, we found our students, there's no UJ, but we found our student athletes, I don't know. There will be no UJ in capital letters. But you can't do this alone. I have to acknowledge our coaches and all the great people that made this possible under your leadership, able leadership, Nomsa. We really appreciate you. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have long Mississippi stories to tell this morning, other than saying to His Excellency and your team and all of you, that I'm extremely happy that we are having this event today to celebrate one of the greatest sporting events on this planet Earth. Elon Musk is busy working on ensuring that human beings colonize Mars. Until then, I dare say, the Olympic Games, this is the biggest sporting event on Earth. It's bigger, in my opinion, than Soccer World Cup, Rugby World Cup, of course, I support cricket, and how fitting it is today to be here together with representatives of a country that will be hosting this year's Olympic Games. So we are really grateful. It's also exciting time for us, His Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, because this year South Africa is celebrating 30 years of democracy. Many of you will know what sport means to this country. It is our late great leader Mandela who from time to time emphasized the importance of sport. One of the things that we as South Africans know very well is the unifying power of sports, bringing people from all walks of life together and to celebrate. We know it very well. And it's my wish, and I have no doubt, that this year's Olympic Games, hosted by our friends, France, will definitely unify the world. We need this, especially given the challenges we are facing today. There is all sorts of things that I don't want to get involved in. Some political lives are lost, and so we hope all these warring factions will come together in the spirit of sport, and then we can find a lasting peace. To our athletes, I'm so grateful. Some we know have already qualified. I was speaking to Mme Nomsa earlier, and she indicated that, of course, some are working hard to qualify, and fingers crossed for those that have qualified. We are proud of you. We wish you well. And those that are working hard to qualify, continue working hard. I have no doubt that you'll qualify. Go out there, have fun, and make us proud.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. Good to see you again. Good morning, everyone. I must say that you look stunning in orange. And I would be very concerned for any of your opponents seeing the Orange Army in front of them. So welcome to this edition of the Relay Around the World, which is a way for us to celebrate the participation to the Paris 2024 Olympics and Paralympics. And we are extremely proud and happy to do that in partnership with a unique partner, the University of Johannesburg and the Orange Army. Let me start by telling you a story that you actually started saying. 132 years ago, in 1892, in another university in Paris, l'Université de la Sorbonne, this Frenchman you mentioned and whose name you didn't butcher, Pierre de Coubertin. Repeat after me.
Pierre de Coubertin.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's on camera. That's on camera. You said it. Pierre de Coubertin delivered a speech where he called for the revival of the Olympic Games. And he hoped to restore what had been the spirit of the so-called Agon Olympikon. You speak ancient Greek too, right? Yes. Yeah. Let's assume you do speak ancient Greek, as we all do. So the Olympic contest between the cities of ancient Greece, right back to the 8th century before Christ. So some time ago. And Coubertin's ideal came true during the 19th century, and the first Olympic Games of the modern era started in 1896 in Athens, Greece, and then in Paris in 1900. And exactly a century ago, in 1924, the Olympic Games were held in Paris, where they are now heading to. So in a way, they're coming back to their kind of second hometown after touring the world. And more than anything else, the Olympics and Paralympic Games are the story of this dream, which started as Coubertin's dream and became a collective one. The dream to see nations and athletes compete in a peaceful and friendly manner, sharing ideals of friendship, of solidarity, of mutual respect, inclusion, freedom of expression, and peaceful engagement. Like in the ancient Greece, the Olympics and Paralympics embody the ideal of an Olympic truth, which is a cessation of hostilities between warring cities and countries, and on the contrary, the desire to bring together nations through peace and democracy. Nowadays, the Olympic truth is being called upon by the United Nations General Assembly and the UN Secretary General. In a world ravaged by war, one can only acknowledge the relevance of this message. Many nations over the past century until today stood up to reaffirm the essential bond between human rights and Olympic Games and Olympic values.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. As you've heard, there is a strong relationship between democracy and sports because they share the same values in uniting people. And it was important for us to find out from the sportsmen and sportswomen that have already qualified and others that are very prominent at our very own institution that are still fighting to get their flight ticket to Paris. And of course, we have to hear from the coaches that are also part of this journey.
What's going on? Your boy Cody from UJTV, and we are here at the Terre de Jour 2024. And the face that I'm with right now, you've probably seen most of the time on our TV. It is Yane. Yane, how are you doing?
I'm very good, and you?
I'm lovely. Yane, we were talking off air just in terms of some of the plans that you have for the year. There's too many to mention for me. So can you just quickly just run us through how your year is looking up until the Paralympics that are happening later on in the year?
Okay, so to start off, I have Nationals end of March in Bloemfontein. Then we have another World Champs coming up in May in Japan, which I'm really looking forward to. I always wanted to go to Japan. And then we have the Paralympics in August, which is the main aim.
Beautiful, beautiful. There's just so much that she's doing. And I mean, she's been doing it for years. And now, what are the requirements to get into the Paralympics? Because I know at the moment you are one of the UJ athletes with disabilities, but the goal is for you to be a Paralympian. I know you want that title so bad. What are you doing to get to that point?
Okay, so you have to get a qualifying distance. So I'm doing discus and shot put, but my main aim is discus. So you have to get the qualifying distance, which I have achieved. Then they look at your world rankings, and I'm currently ranked at number 10 in the world, which is really good for my qualifying to get into the Paralympics. But with the Paralympics and specifically athletics, the criteria works a bit differently. So we have to generate slots for athletes to be put into the team, which is really difficult because you have to, at World Champs, you have to be number 1 or 2. So as you can imagine, that's really hard to get a number 1 or a 2 when you're at number 10 in world rankings.
I mean, you're at number 10, I'm at number nowhere. So absolutely proud of you. As the Orange Army, we are happy. And just one more question. In terms of what's happened today, it is the collaboration between UJ Sports and the French Embassy. What are you hoping we get as athletes and athletes with disabilities of UJ? What are you hoping that we get out of this whole collaboration?
No, I was in Paris last year for World Champs as well, which was really amazing to get to see how everything is built and like working up to Paris. But this event was great. I mean, they did not only focus on the Olympics, but they focused on the Paralympics as well, which is amazing to me for us to get that acknowledgement as well. Yeah. So amazing.
All right, there you had it from Yane. She said what she's hoping that we get out of this is that we all get a flight to France. See you later. We go into France. And we're not done yet. We are still at the Terre de Jour 2024. And right now I'm with some internationals that will be hoping to be on those flights to the Olympics. On my left, I've got the SA Under-21 hockey player. And on my right, I've got an international player from Namibia. That's what UJ does. We just have all of these great people. How's it going?
Hi guys, my name is Tebogo Maseko and I'm an SA Under-21 player. And yeah, so it was a great event today. And obviously with the season that we have at UJ coming up, we have the Interprovincial Tournament, which is basically the baseline for selection for the Junior AFCON that will happen later in the year. So obviously we're just looking forward to that and having a great result and obviously qualifying for the Junior Olympics, which will then also just give us a fair opportunity going forward.
Tebogo loves the camera. He just went straight into it, so I've got no questions for him. David?
Yeah.
How are you doing? And how did you find the whole event today? And I'm sure you've also been doing a lot of preparations, going into a lot of hockey that you have at the moment. How are you feeling?
Thanks, Lucky. I'm feeling great. Yeah, we've got a lot of prep on the plate right now. I think today was a great event, just first of all giving our testimonies, but also listening and taking in, absorbing all these inspiring testimonies from other athletes, other coaches. Also, just nice to have the backing from the Vice Chancellor, the Embassy. Just need to take this into the season, prep for the USA Championships, and Junior Africa Cup on the way. Sure, some of the under-21 guys will look at that. And obviously AFCON next year, so AFCON qualifier end of this year. So yeah, a lot to play for, a lot to prep for. That's it.
There you have it. They said it. A lot to play for, a lot to prep for. And I'm talking about international athletes. So just one more question for you, Tebogo. Now, what would you say to someone who's watching us right now and, you know, and a UJ athlete or someone who wants to join the sport? How do they do it? And how do they get to your level?
All you can do, you can just hop in at the UJ Sports offices. Obviously, you'll get obviously our manager, Elise. And then just going forward to being where essentially I am, it's just all about hard work. It's all about grit and just being there for yourself as well. You know, obviously there's also like your support system around, but it's all about hard work. I always say to myself, minor setback is always an exquisite setup for a major comeback. So just going forward, just all about that hard work, keep grinding, and yeah, keep it up.
Jeepers, hey, this guy, just another level. Like I said, it is hot, it is heated, and I reckon all the heat is coming from the UJ men's captain, Noah Lobopa. As we've seen him throughout the season, he's been bringing the heat. Noah, how are you doing, my brother?
Doing great, my brother. Thanks, and yourself?
Good. Very calm, Oak. You know, since you're so calm, how did you feel about the day today?
I'm rather a calm guy, but today expected me to release very much energetic side of me. It was very interesting and we had a lot of fun.
So you being the athlete that you are, we know you as the UJ community, you're one of our, better athletes. What did you think of, the international athletes that came here and spoke about their experiences, about how they made it to the top? What was your take on that?
Okay, thank you. First and foremost, let me thank you for the compliment. And then to answer your question, what I can take out from today is that these much more experienced guys know what they're doing. They're fully invested in what they're doing. And in everything they do, they find enjoyment. So I think the key that I can take from this is that enjoy everything you do.
And there you have it from our UJ captain, Noah Lobopa. He says, easy, calm down, panic slowly, and just enjoy the game.
Hi guys, my name is Letabo and I'm with my friend here.
My name is Akona Mchali.
Okay, what was happening today is that we had a sport event, and yeah, if you wanted to participate, you were
to register and then you could participate and you're gonna get free refreshments afterwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, can you get more supporters for the next games, please?
Please, because we were we weren't the only one, but yeah,
less than 100 probably.
Yeah.
And
please
very
support.
Nice games, by the way.
Very nice. And the refreshments.
And soccer, rugby, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw rugby people.
Oh, mine is soccer because I used to play it since I was young. I enjoy soccer.
I'd say netball, but then I don't think they have netball today. And rugby because of the players.
But soccer players are more...
True.
Kiss, kiss. Which one would you choose, please?
Kiss, kiss. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
The University of Johannesburg. The future reimagined.